let me say the details of some of the changes have been mentioned by the Permanent Secretary. So for one of time, I wouldn't want to repeat those things. But one thing that is very critical to us is that a visa is not just a travel document. A visa is an instrument of migration management and an instrument of economic development. And once you talk about economic development and migration management, then you have to strike a delicate balance between national security and, of course, the ease of migration. And we think that it's something that we can do and something we will do under the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. As it is today, it breaks my heart that people need to lobby to even get visas to Nigeria. It shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be. For anybody that is qualified, for anybody that wants to do legitimate activities in Nigeria, such people should be able to come to Nigeria easily. And this is why we're opening our space. Mr. President is interested in foreign direct investment. We're interested in growing our economy, and we're interested in opening our beautiful landscape for the rest of the world to see via tourism. We're interested in partnering with the rest of the world to develop our economy. We can't do that when we allow bottlenecks to hold us down. So these reforms, basically, when you will see, when we get to the point of explaining the reforms, you will see that it's with the aim of opening our space, enhancing national security, and we hope that the primary responsibilities of the visa scheme will be achieved. And as I said earlier, the responsibilities are migration management and border control, as well as a catalyst for economic and socio-economic development. So for us, I made an announcement some time ago, and I think the next day the DG Pebek rushed to my office. She was a bit worried. I think, the private sector gave her a lot of headache about the issue of visa on arrival. And let me clarify once again, visa on arrival is gone. Because what you call visa on arrival basically is an e-visa. Why it's called visa on arrival is because when you get to Nigeria, they now put the vignet. But what we are saying, we don't need that. We've seen countries like Qatar, like UAE, we've seen countries like Singapore, we've seen countries even like Morocco and so many countries today that have developed in terms of tourism, in terms of cross-border trade and etc. That's not done. What is done? Even Australia is e-visa. For me, if you apply for your visa online, you get approved because the system goes through the criminal checklist, Interpol, etc. Because as much as I want you to come to my country, I also need to be sure that you are not a person of interest. That's it. Nigeria will never be a safe haven for any person of interest. We will not allow that. Once that is done, and your visa is approved, what stops us from sending the visa, the e-visa, to your mail immediately? You print your mail, it has a QR code. You come into Nigeria, you don't need to go and queue in the visa on arrival counter. Nobody needs to do that. You come in, we scan the QR code, it's confirmed, you go in, and welcome to Nigeria. It's easier, it's cheaper. You don't need to lobby the Minister of Interior. You don't need to lobby the Permanent Secretary. You don't need to lobby the CGNIS just because you want to come to Nigeria for a legitimate business. We are removing that bottleneck, and I tell you, that bottleneck is gone. That is the fact. As visa on arrival is today, visa on arrival is issued only for from the CG's office. You can have a single point of approval and not expect scarcity. And once there is scarcity for an item, corruption will be there. But what have we done? In December, Mr. President approved, not even approved, he commissioned our visa approval center. We now have a visa approval center. So if you apply for Nigerian visa anywhere in the world, apply online. We're not interested, just apply online. We view your data, we go through, we do the screening. Here in Nigeria, it's processed here, we approve, you come to Nigeria for the e-visa. So you get it in your mail, you don't need to know anybody, you don't need to lobby anybody, you don't need to settle anybody, you don't even need to go to a visa application center where you will go and queue, where you will wait for time, where you will go and you don't need all these stress anymore. We're opening this space for short stay visit, 90 days and below. And if it's above 90 days, by virtue of our law, it cannot be e-visa. You apply online, we process it here, you go to the embassy for your interview, it is approved from Nigeria. The only thing is when your visa is ready, just like the UK, we demand for your passport, we just put the sticker right there and you come to Nigeria. We want to open the space and we now want to have maximum time of processing. If you apply for e-visa, it is unprofessional and it's unacceptable for the Nigerian Immigration Service not to either approve or give you a feedback within 48 hours. That's what we have done. It's there in the SLA. Because I come from the private sector. Mr. President came from the private sector. And the issue is you work in line with your milestones. There must be targets. That we're public servants, our responsibility is to project the image of this great country, the biggest black nation on earth. That counts for something. And that should count for something. So, and if it is a regular visa, a long stay visa, it is 10 working days, that is 2 weeks maximum. You must have your visa, or if we are not giving you a visa, you must know why. We will tell you why. Because it's a service, and we must render it as a service. We must not render it as a favor. It's a service to Nigeria and a service to people coming into Nigeria. So all we're trying to do is to say, listen, you can apply for a Nigerian visa within 6 hours and get it if there is no questions to be asked. That's it. Just do it. Apply on your own. You don't need anybody to help you. You don't need to fly from Toronto to Ottawa, or you fly from Vancouver all the way, because that's where there's a visa application center where you don't need that. We're trying to create our approval centers on everybody's phone, application centers on the phones of everybody. That's what we're doing. So I want to assure you, we have only one question. There's only one responsibility under the Renewed Hope agenda. And the responsibility is to serve Nigeria in the most innovative way under the tutelage and mentorship of Mr. President. That's all. Also, I also heard, I think the Chinese delegation led by the ambassador came to my office that, maybe we're blacklisting China, we're blacklisting this. That's not true. And I say it openly here. China is a major trade partner to Nigeria. And I always say this, we will never, under the leadership of His Excellency, we will never paint an entire street with a single brush. There are Nigerians here, there are Chinese people here doing fantastically well for our economy. There are Indians investing billions of dollars in our economy. There are Americans, there are Europeans, people, and of course, just like we have a lot of good Nigerians, we have some that are questionable. Same with every nation. So we are not going to paint an entire street with a single brush. All we have said, and I want to repeat this, because we are going to be very hard in terms of our immigration. We open our borders, we're simplifying the system to ensure that legitimate people with the right intentions can come to Nigeria for trade, for tourism, for holidays, for whatever, medical, for education, for anything. We are open for you to come. Nigeria is open for business. That's the truth. This is an era of renewed hope. It's not an era of renewed hopelessness. It's an era of renewed hope. We are open, but we will not allow for the abuse of our immigration protocols. We will not accept that. And as a matter of fact, by 1st of May, for expatriates in Nigeria and people working in Nigeria, there will be what we call an expatriate administration system, whereby everybody comes into that platform, and at the end of the day, we want to be able to know where you are, what you're doing, and we want to be accountable for everybody in Nigeria. We will be given a 3-month window. I call it an asylum window, from the 1st of May till the 1st of August for regularization of immigration protocols in line with our laws. After that, we will move to the era of enforcement, prosecution, and deportation for anybody who does not. Because we know today there are a lot of abuses in terms of our immigration policy. But before we react, we want to give you the opportunity to act. Anybody that falls short of that, obviously, has other motives of being in Nigeria. We want you in Nigeria, but to the extent to which you are ready to obey the laws of Nigeria. That's the truth. I go to the US, I go to the UK, I go to China, I go all over the world. I subject myself to the laws of every country I go to. Nigeria is not inferior. If you come to Nigeria, obey the laws of Nigeria. It's not too much to ask for. We want to be equal partners. We want to build a partnership with all of you, especially the diplomatic corps, in line with the principle of mutual respect. Respect for our laws and respect for your persons. We want to respect you. We will respect you. But we expect you to also respect us. Let's work together as partners. It's important. It's not just your responsibility to make a living from or in Nigeria. It is also your responsibility to see that Nigeria continues to grow. And no country can grow in an era of lawlessness. So we will, and we want to beg the ambassadors here, because we will still meet with you through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs later, all ambassadors, because when we start by August 1, we're not going back. And at that stage, I don't want to hear ambassador come, oh, let us forgive. No, because we're giving 3 months window. From now to August 1 is 4 months. If you know you've wronged, if you know you're not on the path of the law, bring yourself forward. Let's look at it and let's see how we can regularize to help you. We don't want punitive reaction to be our first line of action. We want to give an opportunity for harmonization, for reconciliation before confrontation. Please, we want you to talk to your people to follow our laws. And also, part of what we are introducing is our landing and exit card. Today, when you come into Nigeria, we give you paper to fill. That paper, for me, is not serving the purpose it's supposed to serve. But we are automating that, we're digitalizing it. So before you board, you must have a landing card. The landing card is integrated with Interpol I-247, MIDAS, and etc. So if you are somebody, if you escape to get visa, and one way or the other, you will not escape the landing card. You will fill the landing card, you must submit it before you are boarded. Not that you get to Nigeria and before you fill and submit landing card, no. Because that alone is putting huge responsibility on us. There are people that get into Nigeria with landing card and we need to deport them. That is taxpayers' money. We will not waste taxpayers' money on nothing. So from your country, fill it. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes. You fill the landing card online. You submit it online. And when you submit it online, it's automatic. Unless the only reason why you will not be able to complete the task is if there's an indictment for immigration offenses. Because we are automating our gray and blacklist on immigration. If you keep abusing our immigration laws, I'm sorry, Nigeria is not a dustbin for illegal and unlawful activities. We will put you on the blacklist. So even if you apply, that's it. And henceforth, for visa overstayers, after the amnesty period, there will be daily penalty for overstay of your visa. It will be there. And if you go beyond a certain time in terms of overstay, we will suspend you. And if it goes beyond that level, we'll blacklist you. So we're going to have 3 lists: the white list, the gray list, and the black list. The white list, you are free to come. We open our borders. If there are minor infractions and you pay your penalties, that's the gray list. But if there are serious infractions that borders on our national security, that borders on core abuse of our immigration laws, it's going to be on the black list. It means thank you very much. Day your day, we day our day. These are the reforms that we are bringing on board. But I want to assure you, the reforms will bring what we call the sweet experience of the renewed hope agenda. The reforms will ensure that you don't wait for more than 2 days maximum in the worst case scenario for you to get your e-visa to Nigeria if you fulfill all the requirements. And if there are issues, we will send you a mail and you will respond. You will have the opportunity of an interface. Also, we have finished training all our analysts and our officers. It's going to be 24/7 at the immigration headquarters. 24/7, because if you like apply in the middle of the night, there are people to attend to you. We don't want to keep you waiting. We want to run it professionally in the Nigerian spirit of excellence. So I plead with you, we need your support. And lastly, before I drop the mic, one issue I must mention is some of our companies that refuses, intimidates immigration service from doing its legal responsibility of supervision. That will no longer happen. I will not go to any country, open a company, and say immigration service cannot come out. No, you won't do that. An incident happened, and I'm taking that very personally. It's I don't want to mention the company here, that shot one of our immigrants, told the owner of the people of the company, foreign company, told the security attaché to them to shoot our officer, and they did. That happened like a couple of weeks ago. I think it's in Jos, right? Kemi? In Mina. And we are going to take it up with the Chinese embassy because it's a Chinese company. I won't go to China as a Nigerian and open a company and tell my security to shoot a government official in uniform. It's never done anywhere in the world. That alone is an attack on Nigeria. It will never happen. It will never happen. This These officers put their lives on the line. These officers serve this country with their all. And you will not come from anywhere and ask them to shoot them in their fatherland. It will no longer happen. We will take it up with you. Because that company will have the powers to withdraw their business permit in Nigeria and render them illegal. It will no longer happen. I can't imagine it.